Like the worst dressed people you will ever see. It is horrid. Hey guys, my name is Iver.
And my name is Luisa.
And today we're actually going to do a Q&A. So we finally reached 1,000 subs. We may have mentioned this in actually 2 previous videos, but we thought we would do something a bit different for that. And now we're doing a Q&A. So we got some questions in. I think a lot of them are pretty good. I only skimmed through because I didn't want to have like a pre-planned answer, but I think we should just jump right into it.
Yeah, I haven't seen them at all.
Yeah. But before we get into the questions though, I would like to ask you to consider subscribing and liking the video as it helps the channel out so much. We are definitely growing these days, but we want to grow a lot more because we want to build a great community of like-minded people who just want to get a better style, become better versions of themselves, and find like-minded people. And yeah, join the club if you want to. Anyways, let's just jump right into it. The first question comes in from a guy called Huxley on Instagram. And he says, I want to wear some more out there things. How do you get the confidence to? So I did mention this in a previous video, but I think it mainly boils down to the fact that you have to start slowly and build up the confidence slowly as you go, pretty much. Start with simple things, wear them inside the house first, get used to wearing them, and then wear them out slowly, and then one by one piece, you'll just gain the confidence to wear whatever, pretty much. I think it is also the fact that some people are just born with more confidence and have grown up in different environments than other people where it's more acceptable to wear other things than what's mainstream. Start with some not as controversial pieces, and then one day even you will be able to wear the kiss heels. How did you gain your confidence?
Well, I don't have as much confidence as you have. For me, it's important to wear one piece at a time. When I bought a pair of pants that is a bit out of my comfort zone, I usually wear only those pants with something that I'm comfortable with on top. Not pairing it with another top or jacket that is over the top, because it will become kind of overwhelming. So just start with one piece at a time.
Yeah, and I also think that would just feel a bit like a costume because you're not used to the pieces.
And you don't feel like yourself at all. You feel like that you're portraying something that you're not.
Yeah. And especially for me, when I buy a new piece, because I don't actually buy that many pieces that often. I like to add just one piece at a time to my uniform. And when I buy something new, I usually wear that to the ground the first, especially 2 or 3 weeks. I only wear that almost because I want to find like the coolest ways to style it, right? And I think that also has ended up becoming like my way of gaining confidence with different pieces.
Yeah, I'm not like that
subconsciously.
At all. I usually have my things in the closet for a very long time, just looking at it and trying it out at home. And then I slowly start to gain the confidence. I need to just look at the clothing for a while.
Yeah, I just have to wear it out the same day that I get it. I'm like super impatient about that because whenever I buy something, it's something I want to wear. And yeah, very impatient. Next question. And then we have one from Noah Smith, I believe longtime follower. He actually kind of has 2 questions. The first one is, what was your gateway into fashion? Do you want to answer this one first?
Yeah, mine was definitely you.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the truth. Yeah. I was like every other Scandinavian girl, wearing skinny jeans, tank tops, ugly jackets, and Converse. Yeah.
Sure, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
That was like back in 2016 though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you started to experiment, and I thought that was pretty cool. And I tried to follow you. Yeah.
And for me, it's like my dad is an artist. He does like woodwork and such, and he's always been a creative guy. And my mom is very much into fashion, not like fashion, but clothing more than fashion. And it's always been like important for me when I was a kid to dress myself instead of being chosen or for someone else to choose what I was supposed to wear. Yeah. I always wanted to not fit in. Always wanted to like look different than other kids, I think.
I wasn't like that at all. I wanted to be like everybody else.
Yeah. I was a huge Kanye fan when I grew up as well, which I think has a lot to do with it because he always has these like huge points about like being different. It started with like Fear of God type dressing in like Kanye style, which then turned into a lot of different styles I've progressed through.
I remember the first time he brought home a big pair of pants, like white pants.
They were like the Acne, or I did buy like some vintage pieces first that were wide, but then the first like really wide pair are the wrap trousers from Acne Studios Spring Summer 19. You've definitely seen them in a video, but you thought they were horrid.
Yeah, this was in the prime time of skinny jeans. And when you came home, I was like, what are those pants?
Yeah, so
You look
20
like a clown to me, but now I love them. Now I hate skinny jeans.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And now skinny jeans are apparently back.
yeah.
What is your oldest piece? I actually have a good story for this one. I have to get it. I have to go get it. The Represent jacket.
Yeah.
So my oldest like fashion-y piece was this Represent bomber jacket that I bought. I bought it back in like 2016 when I was like really getting into the, like I said, the Yeezy type of style. This was something that I had my eyes on for a year. And then when we moved to Oslo, we moved right next door to what was then my by far favorite store in Oslo. It was called Future store, or it was called Future, and they just had this hanging in the window, and I had been like eyeing it online for, like I said, a year. It was magically just there. I thought it was insane. Still a pretty cool jacket, to be fair.
Yeah.
I could still style this for sure. Very differently than I would have styled it then. This is like, to me, a cool, like nostalgic, like, okay, this is what got me into what I'm now doing as a job a lot as well, which is cool. So this means a lot to me, even though I don't wear it that much anymore. If you want to see me style this, just say the word. Do you have an oldest piece, you think?
My oldest piece is from Acne. Not a shocker, but it's a pair of pants. I'm gonna get it.
She's gonna get them.
It's these ones.
Quite a bootcut pair.
Yep.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah,
Or they are actually very cool.
Yeah. I wore them to death the first couple of years I had them. I'm not wearing them so much now. I should be wearing them. That's it.
Simple as that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Next question. The next question comes in from someone called Truss on Instagram. And it goes, if there's one bad thing about Rick Owens, what is it? And it can't just be the price.
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, what do you think I'm going to say?
I think you're going to say the way people are styling it. Putting pieces together that is not in the Rick Owens kind of world. Do you know what I mean?
For me, it's not that. For me, it's kind of in the same space. It's people who don't look like they would ever wear Rick Owens, going like full Rick Owens and it just looking like a costume. But I also think that that's not necessarily something bad about Rick Owens, the brand. That's more
No, it's
like
more the
the
community.
fans, right?
Yeah.
There are a lot of people in the Rick Owens borderline cult, if you will, that dress really well and have some insane pieces. And then there are some people that have some insane pieces but dress extremely bad.
Yeah.
Like the worst dressed people you will ever see. It is horrid. Might be a bit offensive there, but it's just the truth. Also, if there's going to be one bad thing about the actual brand, sizing. If you don't know your measurements, you should not be buying Rick Owens online because Jesus. It is impossible to know what size you're getting unless you've measured the piece. Like really, I have so many different pieces of clothing from Rick now. Every single piece has different sizing pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're looking to get into Rick Owens, measure first yourself and then look at the measurements online, see if they fit the way you want them to fit. Preferably try stuff in person on body first, for sure, because you will not know what you're going to get online.
And
if
some
you
of
don't.
his clothes is also changing a lot. You know, your tank tops.
The basic rib tanks, like you put them on the first time and they are snug,
Yeah.
which is kind of like picture-wise what they're supposed to look like. But that's not what they look like after even 3 hours. Like they stretch out so much with your like body temperature and just movement. And of course, when you sweat, they stretch out so much. And in the beginning, I like washed it after every single wear almost to make sure that it was like snug because that's how I wanted it to fit, right? Now I just let it loose or let it stay loose. And it, in my opinion, it looks so much better as well now. It looks more relaxed and cool. And yeah, next question. The next question is from YouTube. It is from WordWitch13. And the first question from them are, what are your goals with your channel? For me, at least, it is to build a community. And of course, we want to be able to have the time to do this full time. That would be insane because we could then create like 3 times as much content as we do now, or maybe twice as much, but just better quality, invest in better equipment as well, just have more time to do cool stuff that we could show you and talk to you about. And yeah, if we can then build a community at the same time, that would be so cool. We do also want to like use the platform that we end up building for something later down the line. We don't want to talk too much about that right now, but like we have some ideas for what we can do.
Yeah.
And we also want to make different types of content as well. Definitely fashion and lifestyle related, but not just like a style tutorial or a vlog. We want to do different stuff too.
Things are coming. But
Very
we
much
just
so.
need
We need time and we
Yeah.
need resources and time. We both work full-time jobs plus, and this is definitely still very much a side quest, if you will, or a hobby. But if it could become a full-time thing, that would be insane. That would be so cool. But we definitely have high hopes and high plans. The next question from the same person is, what are your design goals for your studio? So you might not know this, but I also run a design studio. It's called Synspunktet. It has been kind of put a bit to the side because of the content that we're creating. I just really wanted to learn the marketing platform that is short form, first of all. So I started doing that with fashion, and then that grew into the YouTube channel. I grew up on YouTube. You probably did as well. I was one of those like YouTube kids. I even did like Minecraft YouTube when I was a kid. I hope you don't find those videos because that would be utterly embarrassing. I'm considering merging my design studio with Kobolt in a way. There has to be like a certain way that fits in with our design language and our like plans, I guess. There definitely is a solution there, because if they merge well together, that also means we can do this full time much quicker.
We want to make or create something that you as a viewer can be able to follow us through every step. Let's say that we make something, a product, for example. We want you to come along with us so you can interact with our design plans.
I feel like you're a part of that journey.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like you said, big things coming, or a lot of things coming at least. And then what's your personal history with style? We kind of touched on that, but it is just all about like slowly trying different styles. Of course, hopping on trends, copying what you think looks good on other people. And then slowly you will, get your own personal style. That takes a lot of time, especially for it to feel very personal to you. And I think a lot of that is not necessarily switching out the pieces seasonally. I think it's all about building a wardrobe that you can just keep to yourself. And you can swap out pieces now and then, but you definitely want to keep the core, I think, to keep your own uniform.
I have stopped buying fast fashion. And that was kind of hard for me in the beginning because that was all I knew. So now when I have stopped and only buying vintage or designer, I'm becoming more confident. I'm finding my style. We're slowly becoming the fashion couple in our friend group.
We definitely are that already, though.
Yeah.
The next question is also from a YouTube subscriber, and his name is KRY8875. His question is price of your Rick Owens pieces, and I'm not gonna go through all of my pieces. That's just not happening. That would be a whole separate video. But what I can say is I rarely buy anything full price. You have to look at sales on, for example, Essence or Farfetch, and secondhand is your best friend here. Look at like Facebook marketplaces, or in Norway we have like Norway's version of eBay. I look at that a lot because then I don't get any import taxes, And just look at different places for secondhand. You of course have heard of Grailed and eBay. Always try to not get it for full price, because most of the time you don't have to pay full price unless there's like a limited item that you just have to have. The next question comes in from Instagram, and that is from someone called XOGRWNS. Their question is, any piece of clothing you regret buying the most?
When I started getting into fashion, I bought a pair of pants from Acne, of course, and they were
Very cropped, like short, almost caprice. Like they were 3/4 lengths, but I thought they were cool.
I just didn't feel confident at all because I like long pants. I ended up not wearing them at all, so I sold them.
For me, I don't really think there's like one piece that I regret the most. There are definitely like some sneakers that I've paid a lot for that I probably didn't get the resale value that I could have. But then again, most of the things that I regret buying, I just sell. And if you sell it smart, you don't lose a lot of money from that, and you don't really, like, sometimes you even gain money from that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've always been quite careful with what I buy. Maybe actually the Fila Disruptors. They were so ugly, and I for some reason fell into the Disruptor hype, wore them like 3 times, and instantly understood that I had made a mistake. So maybe those. Next question. Next question. The next question comes in from CDog on Tour. He asks, websites to buy designer clothes cheaper. Again, like look at marketplaces in your country. Apart from that, you have Vinted, Grailed, eBay, of course, Ukes, Essence when they're on sale, Farfetch when they have a sale. I would look at small shops that may have sales as well. Like find those, let's say you're looking for Rick Owens, right? You have like, for example, a Lotman store or a lab store. You can find a lot of steals there because there's not really a lot of people knowing about the sites. So the pieces don't really go. And then suddenly they have a sale for 50% off of some like really cool pieces. To get something like really cheap, for sure look at like your marketplaces. We have, like I said, like a Norwegian type of eBay.
Yeah.
I've found some steals, like my Rick Owens suede Merino jacket. I got that for $200, which is ridiculous. Like that is so insane that you can only find that there pretty much. Like that would not happen on Grail because everyone on Grail knows at least to some degree what they have. So it goes for a lot more money. Next question. The next question is actually from TikTok. It's from someone called Kari. How do you get into styling? I'm genuinely curious. For me, being able to actually work as a stylist as well, I don't actually just do styling. Like it's like a part of the other creative work that I do. So for me, I've always been into fashion and I did actually work at a fashion brand for some time, like a year and a half. But then through my creative work with like identity design, like graphic design, music videos, photography, the same clients needed styling. And when I styled them, they were much happier than when they had been styled by other people. So that just kept on becoming like a thing that clients knew that I did well. I don't think that's the best route for other people because then you have to like learn other skills first.
It just happened naturally.
It happened very organically for
Yeah.
me. The best way to get into styling though is probably just creating an Instagram, posting fit pics from your own style, and then slowly like trying to contact hobby models or like new models, trying to style them and doing like a free photo shoot, I guess, posting this on your website and Instagram, and slowly but surely someone will see it. Like just create work, do as much work as possible, work with cool people, and slowly but surely the right people will see it. It takes time, it's a slow process, but it is this way with most like freelance creative work. It's not easy out there, trust me. And then we actually have a few questions from a longtime subscriber called 1000 milligram Trend, which is a funny name. He asked a lot, but we're gonna pick out a few. First one being, what are some current trends you like/dislike? I don't follow trends as closely as I may have used to once, but I definitely like the fact that micro trends and those like weekly trends are definitely over. So I think it's cool that more people care about personal style and they want to actually look unique now, which is cool. But then specific trends, I mean burgundy, I've been wearing that for years. I love burgundy or like wine red.
Yeah, and I love wearing oversized leather jackets, and that's something that's always a fashion trend when it comes to fall or winter fashion.
No.
Something that I dislike.
One trend that I dislike is probably the heroin chic thing. That is so unhealthy. Now it's like becoming trendy to look like one of those YSL models that weigh 40 kilos, like 190 tall and 40 kilos. Is ridiculous. It is definitely as like unhealthy as being super overweight. You will look cool in clothing, but you will not feel good. Definitely better to just stay in shape, be a bit more muscular at least, and you will feel better. I don't think anyone will feel good looking like heroin chic, like heroin skinny.
I dislike the return of camo and also cargo pants. I just don't like it at all.
I've never actually been a huge cargo pockets guy myself.
No.
Well, cargo pockets are rarely visually appealing or flattering on someone, like body shape wise. I think it does something weird to your quads or like your knee area sometimes.
And I'm also glad that the sneaker trend is over, that we're wearing proper shoes.
I wouldn't say it's over. It's never going to be over,
No,
but definitely like loafers and boots
Yeah.
have taken a bigger, or formal footwear have definitely taken a bigger step into the mainstream fashion. And of course a good thing. Like you have so much more creativity when it comes to footwear these days. I've been wearing shoes and boots for years, but yeah, it's cool to see for sure. Another question he asked is, do you have any rules/guidelines for yourself when creating an outfit? Personally, I always start with pants and then I just build from there. I did make a video about exactly that, so look that up if you want to. And yeah, start with pants. Let's say you're wearing a pair of really wide pants. You can either go really wide on top or skinny on top, right? Let's say you go with skinny on top. If you go with skinny on top, you can choose both skinny on bottom or heavy on bottom when it comes to footwear. If you go oversized on top though, I don't think skinny on bottom usually works.
I know.
So it's very much about balance. But yeah, go check that video out, see if you learned something. The next one is, what is your favorite fragrance?
My favorite fragrance is...
For women.
For women, yeah. But I kind of like when the perfumes are musky, spicy, dark undertone, if you can call it that. I also like amber and vanilla. So my favorite fragrance is the YSL Libre Intense.
Mine is definitely Tom Ford Tobacco Vanilla. I got it through you.
Yeah, you stole it from me.
I
actually.
did. But I've never been a big fragrance guy. Like, I started with the Jean Paul Gaultier one, the body one. You've for sure seen it. That became like my signature fragrance.
Yeah,
And
for
then-
years.
Yeah. And I like to have like one signature fragrance. And then I swapped to a Polo one for a while. Now it's just, yeah, Tom Ford Tobacco Vanilla. And I think it suits me well.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And it's also important when you're buying perfumes that you wear it on your skin, because when I wore the Tom Ford perfume, I got a lot of vanilla notes, and when you're wearing it, you get a lot of the tobacco notes. So don't only smell the perfume, because it will wear differently on different kind of skins.
For sure.
Yeah,
That's why you have testers.
yeah.
Yeah. Next question. Who influenced your style the most and where do you get your inspo? This is definitely something that I have on my to-do list to make a full-length video on, like inspiration in general, because there are a lot of different sources. But if there's one person, then probably Lucas Sabat. Like, I started following him back in like 2016, 17. Definitely inspired me to both like try
Sorry.
different...
It was some dust. I'm sorry.
But he definitely inspired me to try a lot of different styles. We're very different, like differently shaped. So a lot of things that work on him will not work on me and vice versa. But he's a cool guy. Like some of the things he wears, insane. And we have quite different styles, but definitely have taken a lot of inspiration from him. Also Rick Owens, of course. Not just like 2024 Rick Owens' personal style, but like his personal style in the 90s and 2000s. Insane. Like so good. But I'm definitely gonna make a full-length video about this, so definitely keep your eyes out for that. Second to last question, is fashion objective to a degree or is it just subjective? Can one fit be objectively better than another? I think there is definitely a certain degree of objectivity, if that's a word, because there are some outfits that just objectively are more flattering on someone than a different outfit. Let's say if I just wore like a typical British chav outfit, like skinny jeans and like some oversized ugly t-shirt, nothing really is flattering. It's just all like skin tight, versus what I'm wearing now. Things are sitting, or things are fitting the correct way, flattering right in the shoulders, like everything fits at least the correct way. I think that objectively looks better. But there's a big but there, because like fashion or personal style is definitely a creative forum or a creative field, and with anything creative, like it is very subjective. For example, when I post a video, like an outfit video, a lot of people might be very positive to the outfit, but then there will be people, even though I was super happy with it, there are of course people that don't like the outfit, and it is just the way it is, and there's nothing I can do about that, so I don't really think too much about it. Definitely a certain degree of objectivity, if that's a word, but definitely for the most part it is subjective. You'll see like people on the red carpet that people like style critics might find to have a really good personal style or be styled very well, and I look at it and I just go, wow, it's horrid. Sometimes people will have very different opinions about that, but that's kind of what makes fashion fun, in my opinion, as well. Yeah. Last question. Do you think social media has had more of a negative or positive impact on fashion?
Oh, positive for sure.
Positive?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's a good argument for negative as well, because fashion was definitely more of like a niche, if you know thing before social media. But I think social media has pushed it very much forward. We did go into that like logo era where everyone was flexing, but that was like a one time period. But now, again, people are moving towards more of a personal style, and I think that because social media is so international, everyone can see what happened in Japan an hour ago, or we can see what happened in LA or Paris. But nowadays, I think people have very easy access to a lot of inspiration sources. I think that helps them tap into their creative side, and you see a lot of new designers doing really well, making cool stuff, and for sure, mostly a positive impact on fashion. I think so. And yeah. But anyways, those were all the questions we're answering today. I hope you got to know us better, and it's important that you know us to enjoy our content, in my opinion. If you have other questions though, don't hesitate to ask us, and if you want another Q&A, tell us.
We're posting videos every single Thursday now.
We swap from Tuesday to Thursday, and at least for the time being, trying to see if that works better. We're definitely posting weekly though, both vlogs or style videos. But as always, I'll ask you to consider subscribing and liking the video. Just like in the beginning, it really helps us out, and it would be of great joy to us if you wanted to join this club, family. Journey,
yeah.
Everything. But as always, have a great rest of the day, and thanks for watching.